Hi everybody, it's Attorney Brooke Goff, live again from Santorini, Greece in the background. You can see, beautiful, awesome, amazing, best place on earth. Again, if it's on your bucket list, take it off immediately, come here, this place is amazing. And if you decide to come here and you want some tips on where to stay, I'm happy to give you those. The place we stayed was absolutely phenomenal, but there's a lot of other phenomenal places here too. I posted a video earlier from a yacht cruise we were on. I guess I had some people contact me and say, look, I really want to know what you were saying, but I couldn't understand it. Or your video wasn't lining up with your mouth, and I was in the middle of the ocean. So it showed me I had Wi-Fi service, but unfortunately, I guess it was better on my end than it was on yours, and my apologies for that. This is a very important post. This is my annual Memorial Day post. And I gotta say, every year I get at least 20 to 30 cases around this weekend just from Memorial Day accidents. Many of them, unfortunately, involve drunk driving. So I want to just go through with you guys a little bit about drunk driving and what the obvious, or I should say not so obvious, negative effects are of getting a drunk driving offense. Firstly, so many people are always worried about the criminal aspect of drunk driving. Oh, I'm going to get a ticket. I'm going to have to pay a lawyer $1,500 to go to court. I'm going to it's expensive. But that's the criminal aspect, right? And we all get an AR, which is an accelerated rehabilitation. All of us get one of those. So in the event that you have not used your AR, you will likely use it on a DUI. I hope you never get a DUI. But my point is that a lot of people know this. And if you don't know this, now you do. Everybody gets a get out of jail free card. Do not use it. Most people never use it in a lifetime. Neither should you. Don't use it. However, I think it's important that those that know about this AR, which is most people, believe it or not, and if you're one of the minority that don't, be happy you don't know about it, because you shouldn't know about it, because that means you've probably never been in trouble, or you haven't known anybody that's ever been in trouble. So this is the thing with the AR. It takes care of the criminal aspect of the case, but doesn't take care of the civil, right? So if you utilize your AR, if you get a DUI and you use it and the judge accepts it, the judge does not have to accept it, but if they accept it, then what ends up happening is that you basically get a get out of jail free card. You have to go to some classes, et cetera, et cetera. But what if you're in an accident and you hurt somebody, right? So number one, if you hurt somebody very badly, I doubt, I'm not giving you legal advice right this moment on criminal because I don't do it, but I doubt that the judge will give you your AR. Sometimes I've had cases where people drive drunk, my clients are injured, and yes, they get the AR. So it's really on the judge's discretion. However, so many people are always worried about the criminal aspect, and I'm over here like, I'd be more worried about the civil aspect. So with a drunk driving case, there's civil. If you hit somebody and you hurt them, they're going to sue you. And your insurance company is the part of the case that's related to drunk driving is the negligence, which your insurance company will cover you for, because they will cover you for any negligent acts under your policy. But then we plead something called statutory recklessness and common law recklessness. By pleading these two counts in your complaint, the judge in a drunk driving case will almost every time, it will almost every time give this charge, will give a charge to the jury, which means instructions to the jury that the jury can award the victim 2 to 3 times double or treble damages just because the person was drinking. So if the case is worth $50,000, right, let's just say, and there's $50,000 of insurance coverage, then the jury can award $100,000 to $150,000 total just because the person was drunk driving. Now, if you ask your insurance company, I'm telling you, check me on this, call your insurance. They're going to tell you we do not cover for drunk driving negligence. So what does that mean? Recklessness. So what does that mean? That means that if you get a verdict against you, and let's say the verdict's 50 plus another 50, you're on the hook for the other 50. Your insurance company's going to claim, we're not going to pay it. Now, do some pay it? Sure, they do sometimes. But if you only have $50,000 of coverage, that's all you have. The insurance isn't going to pay a dime more. So what happens? It means that attorneys like myself come in, and I'm very aggressive on drunk driving cases. We put a lien on your home. We garnish your wages. We put a lien on your automobile. We do background checks for your assets. We do financial checks for your bank accounts. We find everything. And we also can find if after you've been served a lawsuit, you've moved that stuff around, because you're not allowed to do that either, according to the instructions in the lawsuit. So, I mean, kids' bank accounts that are in your name that, let's just say, you're setting up to put your kids to college. All these things are at risk. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I'm deposing a defendant that was drunk driving, and he's like, I just escaped a divorce here because my wife was going to divorce me or my husband was going to divorce me. Don't do it. It's stupid. You're putting your entire family's savings accounts, checking accounts, house, car, everything at stake when it's stupid. You don't need to do it. There's Uber, there's Lyft. The interesting fact is, out of all the cases last year, a majority of them that I had come in, the person was in an accident 0.5 miles or less away from their home. What does that mean? I had one that was right up the road from their house when they ran into a woman that had just parked her car to get out of her car after a long night at work as a nurse, rammed right into her. It was, I mean, and the woman broke her nose. It was not a good scene. I've had another one last year where a guy was at 0.5 miles away from his home. He was drunk. He testified, hey, I thought I could make it. It was less than a mile home. Well, guess what? He hit my client, airbag went off, broke my client's wrist. He's got $100,000 of insurance, and I hate to tell him, but it's not enough. I could have gotten the $100,000, 4 months ago. They would have offered it to us. We're moving toward assets. I'm not an evil person, right? But you hire me to represent you and to get you justice. And part of a DUI case is that, do you want these people to do it again? No. I'm not the type of attorney that you're going to go to and say, Brooke, just give me the quickest settlement possible. I'm out of here. I mean, quick settlements exist in my office all the time, of course, every attorney, but I don't take a quick settlement for a discount, right? So if your case is worth 50 and the insurance company calls me and says 20 and we'll settle it now, I'm telling my client, you're crazy. Let's get 50, or let's get maybe save them a couple $1,000s, but nothing crazy like they try to do. There are a lot of attorneys out there that do this and don't fall into this trap. If you ever feel pushed into a settlement, run. Go to another attorney. There's no risk changing attorneys. You can do it at any time. If you don't like your attorney, you don't think you're working out with your attorney, you're doing well with your attorney, you can move. I mean, people do it. You can move. I'm proud to say our rate of that happening is, it's not non-existent, because unfortunately you can't keep everybody 100% happy, and everybody has different needs and demands and personality types, but ours is very, very low for the standard. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 a year tops out of hundreds. So, but the key here is that if you ever feel like you're being pushed into a settlement, if you have to, my grandmother always used to say, if you have to question, right, then it's probably a bad idea. So rely on your attorney to give you good advice. It doesn't hurt to get a second opinion on value from another attorney. Good attorneys will give you one. If an attorney snubs you away or, says, no, you're already retained, then screw it. Don't. There's no need to get involved. But I'm telling you, part of our job as attorneys is to advise. And a lot of attorneys forget that. A lot of attorneys just remember, hey, I went to school to make a lot of money, and therefore, unless you're paying me, I'm not going to help you, which is crap. So stay away from those people, because guess what? They're going to be, if there's in such, if they take money so seriously, how much in a hurry do you think they're going to be in getting you a settlement? Probably in a big hurry, and they're probably going to take a discount. Check out the attorney's office. I mean, how's the office look? Do they have proper staff? Do they have adequate staff? Like, does it seem like they're just making it through? If they are, then they're going to be more, there's a better chance that they're going to try to settle your case quicker, to try to keep the lights on. So, keep in mind all of these things. Don't ever feel pressured into a settlement, especially with a drunk driver. Memorial Day is a great time for me. And I got to tell you, I would love nothing more than to, hear of no drunk driving accidents in Connecticut. But it's not going to happen. It happens every single year. People die. Hundreds of people across the nation die every year because of drunk drivers on Memorial Day weekend. Download the Lyft and Uber app now when you have your wits about you. Here's a tip. If you have an Amex Platinum card, they reimburse you $200 or $250 in Uber credits or Lyft credits. Use it. Lyft, if you download it, you're a new customer, they offer you 25% off all rides. And here's the other thing. If you're the one hosting the party, okay, so you're having a Memorial Day party at your house, it's fantastic. You're serving the alcohol, that person leaves your house and they get in an accident, you're potentially putting yourself at liability. If you work in a bar and you're serving drinks, and yeah, tips are better when people are a little tipsy, whatever, and they leave that bar and they get into an accident, you're looking at a dram shop claim. So don't be the person that has the party and has the person leave and then gets in the accident, because you're going to get sued too. It's one deposition away from a lawsuit on your door. Don't do it. It's stupid. I'd be responsible. When you host events, this is the baggage that comes with it. Take the keys, put them in ice. That's it. Don't let anybody leave. Call the Ubers, call the Lyfts, call the whatever. Tell your friends to spot you the $10 later, whatever it takes. I'm going to be very busy over the next couple of weeks. Why? Because unfortunately, people just don't get the memo or they don't care. And you need to make sure you have eyes in the back of your head, the front of your head, and the two sides of your head. All right? Now, I always tell people, last year we had over 900 shares of this video. Share the video, okay? It's 2019. Everybody's got Facebook. Share this video. Share it around. Somebody might listen to this video and think twice. If one person thinks twice, you might have just saved a life. You might have just saved a family, okay? So share the video, share it around. I'd love to cross 1,000 this year. We do really well with this video being shared around social media. It's simple as just hitting share it to your timeline, you're done, right? People will comment on it. I apologize for my look. I'm a little beachy look. Why? Because I've been in Greece for 7 days, and quite honestly, I'm exhausted and I'm a little vacationed out, and I'm so excited to get back to work. This is when I'm most dangerous to defendants, because I've been away, I've relaxed, I've rested, and I'm ready to get back, and I can't wait to get back. All of you have sent me great vacation memos through Facebook and through texting. Thank you very much. We did, and we're both looking really, really forward to getting back in and kicking some butt in the courtroom. So again, take this video, share it. I know it was long. I was probably a little repetitious, and if you have any questions at all, share them with me. Doesn't hurt. Throw me a message, throw me a private message, or comment on it. Comment if you know of an experience of somebody with a drunk driver. Comment if you had a drunk driving case if you want, because it's important that the more people read and they read the facts, and they read the outcomes, the less likely they are to do it. And then you just saved a bunch of lives. Share it, follow the page, like the page. We're going to be going live weekly at this point. Trivia has been a huge hit, and I appreciate all the support. Thanks, guys, and I will be back in the States tomorrow.